What are some animal facts that would surprise people?
Most animal facts for me are surprising, but I pick a few from my own videos. I could pick
Yes.
a few from my own videos. So
Yeah, because you
the
do these videos on all these different animals, a lot of obscure, like kind of weird animals too, right?
I try to pick out the weird ones because
Yeah.
it's not like, oh, I'm gonna go to the depth to the oceans and pick a fish and say like, hey, this is a really good fish. No, it's just I'm gonna show them to you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
bring them to you to your screen, so you don't have the need to go down there. I mean, you can go down there, but that's the point. So there's a fun fact that I like is about golden poison frogs. The
Ooh,
most poisonous animal is called Phyllobates terribilis, which is
okay.
a small frog endemic from Colombia. And they have this toxin. If you touch these frogs, it's most likely like you're gonna die if you touch them just by
Whoa.
touching them. Because these frogs, as I have the understanding, they eat like some kind of plant that give them those poisonous properties.
Huh.
So that's the deal with those frogs. Actually, I'm developing a video about them because I don't have a video about those frogs, but it's like so interesting to me, the side of toxins and what's poisonous and what is not, because I want to be prepared when just in case I needed it at some point.
Yeah.
Because there's a bunch of videos out there on the internet that go viral that people, tourists go to Australia, that
Okay.
we know that Australia has a number of animals that are very between poisonous and venomous. So these tourists like hold that, oh, I found this little octopus and I'm gonna save them from I don't know
Yeah.
what. And it's a dude, that's a blue ringed octopus, and if you touch it, you're gonna die. How am I gonna explain this to you? So that's a really good suggestion. If
What's you mentioned? Is there a difference between poisonous and venomous?
actually there is in Spanish, there is not. It's the same word
Okay.
for both things. But from the English perspective, if you touch something that has like venom in the skin, it's poisonous. If you touch it, it's poisonous. But if the animal bites you, the animal is venomous. It's the simplest
Oh,
way
okay.
I can to explain it.
Got it.
Like in a snake.
Yeah.
If the snake bites you, the snake is venomous. But if you touch something and you go, I mean, if you die, hopefully not. But this is for the example. But if you die, it's poisonous. That's the difference.
Okay.
But yeah. And another cool fact, and this is one from my videos. I did a video about raccoons,
Oh,
such
okay.
a cute little creatures. And
I used to have a
it,
pet raccoon.
really?
Yeah.
And what happened to him?
Uh, so his name was Roxy, and no, his name was Rascal, of course. His he fell from a tree. A tree got struck by lightning,
Oh yeah.
and it was a little guy, and the mother died or disappeared, and so we took care of him, and his name was Rascal. I'm not sure. I've had a lot of pets. I grew up on a farm. I have a lot of pets where I don't know what happened to them.
It
So
happens. I
yeah.
mean, I released all my animals that I brought home, and I don't know where they are. Hopefully, they are okay and thriving and being happy
I
with it.
see Chicago has
Yeah.
so many raccoons. They are huge. They come out at night. So I live kind of by the park. If you go through the park at night by the lake too, they're just enormous raccoons, just like this big. They're huge.
I would love to see them because I love chubby animals for some reason.
Oh man, these guys are something else. But yes, enlighten us with some raccoon facts.
I recently saw a meme about raccoons that this raccoon seems to need a hug, and their answer was like, no, they don't want a hug. They probably will bite you and make you suffer with a lot of pain because those animals like look so innocent and cute, but they are still wild. So anyway,
Yeah.
the fun fact is raccoons wet their paws to make them more sensitive. There is a viral video actually of a raccoon. Probably it's a raccoon in China because the subtitles were in Chinese. But this raccoon that is near to I think it's like a pond of a lake, and he has like a cotton candy, and the cotton candy, the little raccoon like put the cotton candy in the water to wash it, but then it's cotton candy, it's gonna disappear. So then the poor raccoon is like so frustrated, like looking for the cotton candy, and that's the end of the video. So people think raccoons are like so clean because they clean everything, but they're actually doing for a purpose of getting more sensitive on their paws because they want to feel the texture, and they need to like discriminate if the food they are about to eat are good food or is like not good food, you know.
Wow.
So that's another fun fact that I like about raccoons. And there is another one about hippos.
Ooh,
that hippos,
I hear that. Yeah, I hear a lot about hippos.
So let me know what do you know about hippos.
That they're like vicious, right? You
Yeah.
don't want to mess with them.
No, actually, the hippos kill more people in Africa than lions.
Wow.
Because they seem like so fat and so slow, but oh no, they're like really fast and they're gonna kill you if it's necessary. So yeah, the fun fact here is hippos sweat an oily red liquid to protect their skin. It's like it's like a natural sunblock for them. That's another cool fact. Besides the killing, that's a cool fact.
Do they spend a lot of time in water?
Yeah, most of the time is in water, and
water.
And there's another fun fact, but it's not a pretty one. It's kind of nasty, but when they poop, they turn their tail like this, you know, splash it all over the place. even at the zoo, they're like these giant like signs, like please be aware that you can come like super close to the hippos because of this reason. And people sometimes doesn't listen, and the hippos go like moving the tail, like splashing poop all over the place. But yeah, I don't know why, but I don't if you ever heard like biologists love this kind of conversation when you're like when you're like near to a biologist and you're like in a conversation surrounded by biologists. All the conversation end up in poop, bad things, and nasty conversation. But we are like so like, oh my god, this is so cool. Yeah. So be aware of that.
I've noticed that with biologists.
And other cool fact that I like and that I know, it's about planarians. Planarians are flatworms that live in moving water, and these animals are distinctive because they have cross eyes. Their eyes go like the way like cross, like, and they're like super cute. These ones are super cute, are so inoffensive. So nothing happened with flatworms. But the thing here is as similar to axolotls, these animals can grow back parts of their body, even their brains. So
how does regeneration work like that with animals? How did they develop that ability?
Okay, I don't want to go into further detail because I'm not an expert, but there is a cell called neoblast or neoblast. There's cells called neoblasts, and these are kind of stem cells. So if you cut an animal that has these properties, the cell is not differentiated, so it has like not a specific purpose. So the animal can repurpose that cells to grow back any limb they want or any part of their body.
Wow.
So for example, if you cut in a half a planarian, you cut their brain, they can grow back a brain, the full brain. But of course, it's not a complex brain like humans, but it's still a brain.
It's still brain.
Yeah. So that's how, in the easiest words, regeneration works, because there are like some animals that have the same properties, like salamanders, and I think some kinds of starfish, and there are like zebrafish, and there's another animal that I can't remember, but it's in the ocean. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but yeah.
Wow.
It's either something. Actually, about talking about animals in the bottom of the ocean or in the ocean, there is like a immoral jellyfish that can
Oh,
die. I mean, it's a saying that it can die because it kinds of reproduces by cloning itself. It's like
oh,
creating
wow.
clones of itself. That is why the animal can die. So actually the name of the species is Turritopsis akini, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the thing clone itself, and that happens like over and over and over again. That's why it's kind of immoral.
Huh.
I mean, animals are so cool. And when I go back to, okay, let's see about humans, we are so lame. And I was like, no, I'm going back to the animals. Because we can, I mean, at some point we can regenerate with just, like a small patches of skin or
Yeah.
the hair or
Yeah.
nails. But if you lose a limb, it's like, good luck with that.
Do you think in the future, I don't know how many years into the future, we'd be capable of regrowing a leg or a foot or finger?
I mean, hopefully there's like so much research about it, and it's some area that in biology that I am really into. But yeah, hopefully there's also a little bit, well, not a little bit, actually a lot of research on prosthetics of
Yeah.
knees and limbs, and I think that also that's really cool. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to regrow because you just kind of became a really cool cyborg. So
That's true.